Exercise 3. Let's start with column E. In this column we're going to calculate the total amount for units sold. Let's have a look at this table first. In this column we have the item number and then the item name. So we don't really know what this is. It's just a list of different items. And in this column we have the unit price, which is the price for one item. So the price for unit A, or item A, is 2.31. The price for item B is 2.32, item C 2.34, etc. So let's have a look at item A. We have sold 23 units of item A. So now we have to calculate the total amount for units sold. Remember, one unit costs 2.31 and we've sold 23 of those. So what is the total amount? Well, we don't have to use a formula to, for example, click here and insert a function. Let's just do it manually, because if this was a math exercise, we know that, well, if we would like to have the total amount, we're just gonna take the price times the number of units, and then that's it. So we're gonna write equal. Always start the formula by writing equal, and then click here to select the unit price, multiplication or times, and then the number of units we can find in this cell, and then click enter. So the total amount for units sold, item A, is 53.13, and then we can just use the fill handle to do the rest. That's it. Now, delivery cost per unit. So the delivery cost for one unit, and it says absolute reference. I will explain that in just a second. First of all, the unit price is 2.31. The delivery cost per unit, it says here, is 5% of the unit price. So we have to calculate 5% of this unit price. So once again, we're going to start with equals and then click on the price times 5%, and the 5% we have in this cell, E2. So the delivery cost for one item A is going to be 0.1155, and then we can use the fill handle just like this. But as we can see here, we have the result 0, which is obviously not correct, and here some error message, and here's 172, which is way too much. So these are not correct, and this is because if we have a look in this cell, it says C5 times E2, this cell times this cell, because here we have 5%. In this cell it says C6, which is this one, this is correct, and E3, which is this one, but we would want this one. So Excel is moving down one cell at a time, just like it usually does, because that's what we want usually, but not this time. And here we have C7 and we want E2, but it had moved down 2 steps. So we have to delete all these. How can we change this formula? So we're going to use this cell and then this cell and keep moving down here, but we're always going to use the first, the cell E2. How can we do that? Well, this is called absolute reference, and we're just going to lock this cell by adding two dollar signs. So in front of the E we're going to add a dollar sign, and in front of the 2 we're going to add a dollar sign, and then press enter. It's going to be the same result here, and have a look now what happens when we fill down. If we click in this cell, it says E2 with a dollar sign, so we're still using this cell. It's not going to move down. And in this cell, E2, but these cells are moving down like we want to, C8, C9, C10. So this is called absolute reference, when we lock one cell with the dollar signs. Okay, let's complete this column. Total delivery cost for all units sold, and the total delivery cost is basically to deliver all the items. So here we have to deliver 23 items, and to deliver one item costs 0.1155. So we're just going to write equals number of units delivered, sold, and the price to deliver one item. And here's the total price. Okay, let's move on to these cells. Total amount of all units sold. We have sold unit A for 53.13, unit B for 78.88, unit C for 126.36, etc. So we have to add all these. So this is just going to be a normal sum function. So let's choose sum, okay, and here we have to select all these cells. We're just going to select these like this and then click OK. So the total amount of all units sold is 25,400.58. What is the highest total amount of one unit sold? Well, now we have to use the max function to find the highest value in this column. So let's click here because we want the result here, and then click FX to insert the function. If we can't find the function here, we can just go to all and click M and choose the max function. And we'd like to know the max out of all these cells. So we'll select them and click OK. So the highest value is going to be 2,766.42, which is this one. Seems to be correct. Highest unit price, we're going to use the max function again. But the highest unit price, which is this column. So we're going to select these cells and click OK. Here is the lowest unit price. So we're going to click in this cell and use the min function. Click on min and select the column, all the values in the column unit price. Like that. OK. And the lowest unit price is 2.24. What is the average unit price? Well, we have to use the average function, average, and then select all the cells in the unit price column like that.